and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host, who today apparently got a lot of sun. People are pointing it out. I'm very, very sorry. I have been in the sun. I normally don't touch grass. Hi, it's me, Ben, and we are joined, as always, by our wonderful co-host, who might touch grass a little bit more often lately than I have been. It's Noah.
It's me, the resident grass toucher.
Mm-hmm. And we are joined also today by another wonderful co-host. I'm trying to figure out what order to go in because we have a few co-hosts. You know him as Mixeroni on the Discord, but it's Michael.
A wise philosopher once said, "Don't tread on my noodly area." And today we maintain that belief against the communists.
So that's really setting the tone.
Good to have you back, Michael.
He opens a can right in front of the, pops open a cold one. And we are joined today by a wonderful special guest who is basically a co-host at this point.
True.
Because she does a lot on this podcast and she does a lot for us in general. Everyone give it up for Jessy.
Yay! Hello, everyone.
That's our in-studio audience that we have.
It's a live studio audience.
It is us. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here, but also tuning in to Noodles at Noon. You can catch us anywhere podcasts are available, which includes our website, noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Or anywhere else that podcasts are available, like Stitcher Podcast or Stitcher, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Anchor, Spotify, and coming to you live this week from the Aurora Borealis viewing deck that is apparently right outside Noah and Jesse's house. They just don't know it.
Didn't bother to go outside and check.
Not touch grass.
They did not touch grass. I was at their house last night. For context, when we're recording this, the Aurora Borealis was visible, as it normally is from Fairbanks, Alaska, but it was visible last night from where we were, and I was at Noah and Jesse's house, and I was leaving around about 10:30, around about then, and we were talking about, the Aurora Borealis, it's supposed to be able to be seen from where we are tonight, and Noah went, we probably won't be able to see it, and then just didn't go outside.
It's true.
And I fell asleep long before.
So yeah. But apparently, according to my parents, my dad sent photos. You could see the Aurora Borealis from...
I saw his post. Yep.
That is wild. Because that's been, I feel like that's on a lot of people's bucket lists. It's on my bucket list. And to know that I just slept straight through it.
Jessy, I'm afraid to fulfill some of the activities on your bucket list, you will have to stay up past midnight.
I can't.
You're in
Her
my
bucket
physically
list.
can't. Doesn't sunset sometimes like it never?
That is true.
It's just always up.
Or sometimes it never raises.
Her bucket list items are like, mix 2 different kinds of cereal, and all these things that just seem unrealistic.
Have Lucky Charms with marshmallows.
Yeah.
I've been picking them out so far, but it's time we try it.
Too much of a treat.
Well, on our show notes, I am listed first and foremost, which is a bit stressful because there's nothing by my name because I was the last to arrive. But I'll talk about, I believe since we did our last podcast, I went to San Diego, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's right.
Yeah, my family went on a vacation. We went to San Diego, more specifically La Jolla.
La Jolla.
La Jolla.
La Jolla.
La Jolla, California. It's a very lovely place. We spent a week there with my family, my brother and his wife, my nephew, who's my favorite. So I got to hang out with him a lot. It was a good time. But the highlight of my trip by far, which I know we're going to talk more about trips in this episode. Just spoiler warning.
I fell down yesterday on a rug. So.
That was a wicked trip, man.
That's all Michael has time for in med school.
Yeah. But there is a really nice golf course in La Jolla, California called Torrey Pines, which it's owned by the city of San Diego. So it's a city-owned golf course, just like most cities will have. But this one is very, very nice. And it's also very nice to the extent that it's one of the only public golf courses that's on the PGA Tour. So it's a tour level quality golf course. And I was very lucky because I went to I want to play there. I'm going to book a tee time. And when I look up Torrey Pines tee times, this website popped up. So I clicked on it. It's like, sign up here to get in line for your Torrey Pines tee time. So I did that. And then I got an email from a guy that was like, thank you for reaching out to us as a broker for your tee time. I'm like, I don't want a broker for my tee time. And then I got a call from this guy a few days later that was just like, yeah, really you have to get 90 days in advance, which there's a month until our trip.
Whoa.
You have to get 90 days in advance to get a tee time at Torrey Pines, but I'll send you some options for some other golf courses in the area, all that stuff. And I was like, this seems weird. And fast forward to about a week before our trip, I got an email from the broker thing that was like, hey, there's a tee time that just opened up on the days that you selected. Do you want to get in our queue? Do you want to join our queue to get this tee time? And I was like,
so it's a second wait list?
Not really. I don't really want to get in your queue to this
I
tee
just
time.
want the spot.
So I just went to the Torrey Pines website and found the exact tee time that they had told me about, and I booked it without using the broker, which I was going to have to pay $50 to this
crazy.
booking person.
Whoa.
And so if you're ever trying to book a tee time, don't use a broker. That's a scam. It's very obviously a scam.
Weird.
Just use the website. But I was able to play there twice actually. Because I just went later in the evening, the night before we left. And there's 2 courses at Torrey Pines. So I played all 18 on the north course. And then there's a south course, which is where they host a lot of the PGA events. They use both courses, but if they're just using one course for something, they'll use the south course. So I played 18 at the north course, the front 9 at the south course. It's right on the cliffs that overlook the ocean.
Mm.
So there's no real beach there.
You can see the porgs flying around too.
There's no real beach on that part. It's just cliff, ocean, whatever, and the course is right on the cliffs. So
be careful.
Be careful. Miss
Don't
to the
fall.
right. The misses to the right, as we say in golf. If you're gonna miss to the right, because if you miss to the left, ocean. But yeah, it was just a really good time, and it was fun because I like playing golf. And it was fun to do it. It was the first time I've ever traveled and done golf somewhere else. And I borrowed a friend's traveling golf carrying case so you can check your golf clubs with the airline or whatever.
Whoa.
And I brought my own clubs with me because I'm bougie. And it feels really fancy. And you're like, oh, I brought my own clubs from home and doing all this stuff. And then you get on the first tee and you miss. And I'm like, why did I bring my clubs?
I spent
What
how
was
much
the
money to
point?
be here?
Why did I have to do that? But no, it was a great time. San Diego as a whole was a great time. If you ever get a chance to go to Torrey Pines, do it. Even if you don't like golf, it's just a beautiful place to look at some of the views and whatnot.
Can I just drive the golf cart? Can I just show up to drive around the course a few times?
Well, when I did the South course the night before we left, my dad came with me and he wasn't playing. And I was like, hey, if I just pay the green fee and get a cart, is it okay if my dad just rides with me? And they're like, we don't care. Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome.
So my dad brought his drone
Oh.
because it was in the evening. So it was when the sun was setting.
Oh,
So he has all
yeah.
these beautiful drone shots of the golf course and just the ocean during the sunset. And it's a municipal course. Like I said, it's owned by the city. So he just did the FAA, can I fly here? And they're like, yep. He was like, cool, I'm cleared to fly. So he just flew his drone around while I was playing golf. It was awesome.
That's
That
an
does sound
awesome
nice.
time.
Yeah.
That's a bougie time.
It was a pretty bougie time. I'm not gonna lie. I put all of the golf expenditures on my travel credit card, and then I was like, "See, this is great. Money isn't real." And then I got back to
Reality.
home,
Yeah.
and I was going to pay off my credit card. I was like, "No, money's real. Dang it! I don't want money to be real."
Yeah. We had a moment like that too when my card got declined on our trip.
We tripped too hard.
Yep. We tripped too close to the sun.
Oh, that happens. Yep.
Well, that sounds like a good time.
It was a good time. Obviously, no one here is going to one-up my amazing trip story, my amazing travel story. But Michael's up next. He could beat it.
Boy, could I rival that with the story of the last 3 months? February, March.
I mean, you've
Something like
probably
that.
helped a
I mean,
lot of.
you were on the last podcast like a month ago.
Oh,
It was like 3 months ago. Get it right. Look.
Oh my
220.
gosh. It was 3 months ago.
So it was tapered.
Side note, Michael has the best memory out of all of us, but it's like terrifying. Where
Don't worry.
you'll bring up something from high school and tell me the exact day that it happened.
Probably
like-
because I wrote it down.
It was, well, yeah, but you're like, I'm pretty sure that was like a Tuesday, April 3rd. And then you like 2013. And then you go check a journal and be like, yeah, here it is. I'm like,
Makes sense. Anyway, currently just studying for boards. I mean, currently I can't play with the squishy anymore. So
Loud.
I'm taking board exams in the middle of June, and right now I'm just studying for them with a lot of practice questions every day. But I did pediatrics in March. Really did not enjoy that. Selfie.
Ben's taking selfies.
Sorry.
I did
Ben, listen to your
inpatient
friend.
pediatrics in the morning and then outpatient in the afternoons. Hated outpatient peds specifically. If you're looking to hire me for outpatient peds, don't.
okay.
Because
Noted.
it was not an interest of mine. Then after that, I did dermatology for 2 weeks. And then I learned that I will always wear sunscreen for the rest of my life. Once you see as many
Good lesson.
skin cancer removals as I did in 2 weeks, it's really good motivation. Then I spent a week with gastroenterology. Watched a whole bunch of scopes, I'm trying to find something that rhymes with scopes and nothing.
Nope.
And a whole bunch of scopes. And that was fun as well. I met some good people on that rotation that might kind of be important for me. And then there's been a lot of mentoring and getting mentored on. Getting dunked on.
Let me get
recently
mentored
as
on
well.
you.
I'm a mentor. So you caught me being a mentor. So I had someone I met on the derm rotation, their fiance is applying to med school. So we met one day for like lunch, and I dispelled the knowledge that I have about how I got to where I am, which is funny because ain't nobody want to hear that. And then like 2 weeks later, there was another pre-med student up at the local university who heard of me through his dad, who's one of the GI physicians that I shadowed. So we went to lunch at Qdoba, and I, again, told him all the things that I know, which isn't a lot. And then
Can you say that bit again, but say you got lunch at Chili's? It's just.
I'm sorry.
Only
it's,
sponsored by
it's in the
Chili's.
contract. Yeah.
so we went to Chili's, and I
What'd you
Had
get? The
the-
crispy chicken crispers?
the $5 craving box.
Did you get
Oh,
the
yeah.
yard margs?
This week on Tuesday went, and again I got smash burger with one of my mentors. He's an emergency physician who is leaving medicine. So we talked about why that and kind of how he got to where he is today. And then yesterday I went to breakfast-ish with our high school band director.
Wow.
Had a very, very, very deep heart-to-heart about just where life has been for the last several years, because I haven't seen him probably in over 4 years. And even so, it's kind of just in passing, like go to a concert, go to a musical, and it's like, hey, how are you? Good. All right, see ya. But we spent like an hour and some change just talking about everything, basically all the stuff I talked about in the last podcast.
Did you
A
just
little more
play the
personal.
podcast for him? Like, honestly, the best
Excuse
way
me.
is just to listen to this.
Boop. Just listen to this. I'll be back.
Slap some headphones on him
Yeah.
and leave for an hour and come back. All right, what'd you think?
And then last weekend, this is my last one, I happened to have in my closet a couple like laptop screens, just the screen. And there's a YouTube channel I like called DIY Perks. This guy looks like the professor from Gilligan's Island. It's kind of funny to me. He's very smart, and he has tutorials of how to like take things that you have and reshape them, reuse,
Mhm.
reduce, reuse, maybe even recycle.
Who knows?
And
Maybe.
one of them was how to reuse these laptop screens that I've just been harboring in my closet. So I went and bought a piece of board and then had to go buy screws and nuts and stuff. And it took all week because nothing ever went to plan. But currently at home, it is assembled, but it's not quite done. But it works. I have a screen on a board, and you can plug in an HDMI cable, and it
Whoa.
works. And it made me really mad. But it also, again, when it's done, there's this sense of gratification when it's like super glued to the board. And now I have a portable screen that cost me probably close to $45 all said and done, because I had to buy like special drill bits that do special things that I'm not going to explain.
What's the resolution on that monitor?
It's garbage. Since it's old, it's like 1600 by 900. But still, I mean, like
You
to
made
have
it with your own hand.
Yeah.
And in high school, this would have been awesome because like when we were doing a lot of run and gun video stuff, Ben, we could have had like this monitor, and it's like just hold it, or it's like really light instead of here's a computer screen.
Yeah,
So a little bit too little, too late. But I can totally flip it vertical, plug it in, have a vertical screen, which I've always wanted. Or whenever I go somewhere and I need a screen that for some reason is very light, I have that too. So
nice.
Well done.
Is he the same guy that does like the making a slim PS5?
yes, out of copper or brass.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's a great channel.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Very skilled. But
It
that's
is a
kind of
thing in like the programming world to use vertical monitors, like so you can see more lines of code. I tried it once. I didn't really like it, but what's your like practical use for a vertical monitor to watch like big TikToks?
I also have never used one.
You just want the option.
Yes, back in the day when I was using Twitter, that would have been a very practical. Because it's just doom scrolling. It's just vertical.
You can
laid
doom
out.
scroll even
But
longer.
I quit that.
I used
changed my
them
ways.
when I did like an internship where I did a lot of like document design, like using Adobe InDesign.
Oh,
So like the things that I'm designing will be on a sheet of paper that's like an 11 by 14, and I can just rotate one of my monitors sideways, so it's
you can see the whole document.
I can see the whole document better, and so it was useful for stuff like that.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
Yeah. Or even for our show notes up on my ultra wide,
Yeah,
it's using
Flip
like a
it.
third of the screen because it's a vertical document on a very wide monitor.
Yeah.
If I could probably flip it. I'm not going to do that, but I probably could.
You could. It'd be fun though, because if you were using that flipped, you'd have to get like you could get really close to it, and then you could like look down all the way up. You'd just be encompassed by screen.
Yeah, because
It's like
it's
a
like
stellarium.
Yeah.
Planetarium. Wow. Look at all these emails I got coming back from my trip.
You could get like 5 of them though, and then like put them all vertical and have them rotate around you.
Oh,
That would be nice.
then I could see all 900 of my unread emails at once.
Yeah.
Speaking of 900 unread emails, that is a real number. That is how many emails I had unread when we came back from our 2-week Ireland trip,
Yeah, Ireland.
Woo! Which Jessy and I we've prepared a slightly interactive way of talking about our trip because nobody likes hearing about other people's trips, right? Like,
Yeah, we hate
Yeah.
hearing about other people's
Yeah,
lives.
gosh, who talks about their trips on this?
Yeah,
thing?
Ben.
I just want looking at the show notes.
hold on,
I
let
know,
me back
I know,
up.
I know. This is like an auditory medium, but like looking at the show notes, I'm listed first, and there's nothing, and then Michael's next, and it's like DIY computer screen question mark PEDS derm, and then like all these things, and then it says Noah and Jessy, and then there's like 5 bullet points of
With
like
sub there's
oh,
like
there's
25
gotta scroll,
bullet-
gotta scroll.
each with like 3 or 4 of their own bullet points under that one. So they're very prepared for to tell you the story. I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, over the next 3 hours, we're going to take you
Settle
through
in.
our Irish trip.
Grab your Guinness
Irish.
or your tea.
I heard that.
But yeah, anyway, so we wanted to make this in a way where you guys could talk through this trip with us.
It's like a choose your own adventure. What did we do?
It's
I'm
gonna
definitely
be-
going to talk during it
Yeah.
while you're also talking.
It's going to be a like, what would you do in this situation? So we're going to tell a story, and then we're going to ask you both, what would you do in this situation? Because this trip was great. It was a lot of fun.
Don't know.
What
I
are you
guess
thinking?
looking at
if
me
Michael and
laughing.
I were on our honeymoon,
Yeah, that's why.
how would
How
we
would you-
handle this situation? Good.
But yeah, so this was technically our honeymoon. I realized just today that we had planned to go to Ireland before Noodles at Noon even existed,
Whoa.
which
No
is
way.
a long time ago. And then because of 2020 and the way it was, we didn't get to go.
What do you mean by that?
You know,
happened in 2020?
politics and all that.
The border closed. to Ireland.
We just weren't able to go, and so we finally got to go after 4 years, which was really exciting. It was long anticipated, and yeah, we just had a good time. Did you have a good time, Jessy?
I had an okay
That's
time.
great. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
No, I had a great time.
All right. That's cool,
Anyway,
though.
back to what I was saying. No, but it was really nice to get to spend like a lot of time with Jessy and just spend time just the two of us. But we did get to see that we handle situations very differently. And there were differences between us in the way that several situations happened on the trip and how we responded to them. And neither of them was the right or wrong way, I don't think. I mean,
Okay.
Jessy's always they're not like man.
Just jump in. Just dive right in.
Yeah, okay.
Dive in.
For example, driving in Ireland. In Ireland, you drive on the left side of the road.
And Noah thought we should drive on the right. Not saying that one of them is
right or
correct.
wrong.
I'm just
Just
saying,
kidding.
in
What
America,
would
we
you
drive.
It's called the right side for a reason.
Jessy, do you want to talk about our rental car? Jessy was
Yeah.
really into our rental car.
Yes, this is something I kind of knew about myself, but didn't want to admit before, that I do like nice cars and I like driving nice cars. But then we had a nice car totally on accident, did not expect it, kind of gave me a panic attack when I saw how nice it was and realized I've never driven on the left side of the road. I've never driven on a road that is so narrow. It was designed for one tiny sheep cart 1,000 years
Watch
ago.
your language.
Never driven a BMW before, right?
Never driven a BMW. Still don't know what it stands for. Wait, what does it stand for?
Probably German for Bonmotion.
Okay.
Brazilian Motor Works.
But
German.
yeah, so I was the one who decided it'd be a good idea to rent the car from the very inner city part of Dublin, which is a busy city, and I think I was a little bit more timid than I was expecting to be, because things are really narrow and I am trying to concentrate on staying on the left side and trying to navigate. Like, everything inside the car was like a spaceship, like trying to figure out how fast am I even going? Where is even this like bar that's telling me that it's in kilometers, and I had to do a bunch of math in my head every time. Just kidding. Yes. What else would you like to say about the car?
The show notes say very thin roads.
Very
Does that mean
thin.
narrow? Like, was
Yeah.
the road falling out from under you?
Yeah.
It's a whole other issue. Yeah, no, very narrow.
Yeah, lots of times where you like have to pull off into the shoulder or like into
No, thanks.
someone's
Yeah, 'cause it is-
driveway to get around.
Yeah, it's the size of a single lane, but
Mhm.
traffic is coming at you on
Yeah.
these small country roads, and so yeah, you do have to pull off.
Take me home.
I will
Yeah.
say in my very limited experience with being in countries where you do drive on the left side of the road and they have very narrow roads,
Yeah,
the whole drive on the left side is more of like a suggestion.
yeah,
And there's a lot of like, well, over here seems safer. I'm going to go over here for a while.
yeah.
Hmm.
Kind of go where you need to go
Yeah.
to not
Just
be hit.
figure it out.
So we learned our different driving patterns because Jessy drove the first day and she was like a pretty timid driver where like she was very slow and methodical.
We got where we needed to go.
We got where we needed to go. We
Eventually.
just sometimes held up traffic. And I am a little more aggressive, like cutting out in front of people, like just making snap decisions,
He's
even
like
if they're
an
not the right
Italian
decision.
driver.
Yeah, I'm like, cutting people off, yelling at
Flipping
people.
them the bird.
Yeah.
So, Ben, Michael, what would you do? Are you a timid, safe driver, or are you a aggressive, cut out in front of people, don't hold up the traffic kind of driver?
Well, so I don't really fall into either of those categories because I'm like a good driver.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow.
So no, I'm kidding.
Says
Yeah,
the guy
you're
that put
not.
it in the
You've
ditch.
crashed your car so many times.
Once.
That is a lot.
That was because of snow. That wasn't because of anything. Well, it was because of everything I did. But
Nothing I
That's
did.
like, no, it was tires. It wasn't me.
what I would say is that I'm not really either. I don't think I'd be timid about it, but I also don't think I would like cut anybody off. I don't know. I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle between you guys.
Okay.
Like,
He doesn't want to make one of us mad.
well, no, if I had to pick, I'd probably be more on Jesse's side of like, if I'm in a new situation driving on the other side of the road in a different country, I'd probably err on the side of like, let's just not die
Yeah.
or have anyone else die. That's
or ruin
probably
this nice BMW.
or ruin the nice BMW. That's probably where I would land. Is on
Cool.
Jesse's side, yeah.
I live by the philosophy, don't tread on my noodly area, which means
Yeah.
being a defensive driver who sometimes yells at people from my own car, but never, well, give them the finger. Just
Michael has a dash cam
express
if
to
that
them how
says anything
dumb
about his
they
are.
personality.
I don't think I'm particularly aggressive. I think I get upset with people being dumb.
You would
But-
not have wanted to drive behind me in Ireland, probably.
You never know. But I don't think I'm a timid driver. I've driven with you in downtown, big place.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that I'm timid. I feel like I can assert the dominance when we
Yeah.
need it. Like when that guy was going 104 on his motorcycle and like flew
Hi.
past us in the rain. I
Uh-huh.
was like, wow, that was stupid. But
Yeah.
oh, he's doing wheelies. That's right.
He
That's
was.
right. I
He was
remember
doing
that.
wheelies. No, yeah.
Yeah.
It was April 3rd. It was a Tuesday.
It was 2013.
It actually was March of last year.
Oh my
but-
gosh, okay.
Michael asserts dominance.
All right.
Just like my friend Luca taught me. Shout out. He doesn't listen to this.
All right.
But I'll make him listen.
What is really nice is that everyone was very kind on
So
the
what's
road.
correct? What's the correct answer?
The correct answer is Jessy, always.
Yeah.
That's what all the old people told me when we got married. Just remember, your wife's always right.
From what you told me when we were talking about this earlier, Jessy did do a majority of the driving, right?
Yeah, because she was the better driver.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't trying to get us to pick a side, but Jessy did a really good job.
But that is a perfect segue into I only got honked at. Between the two of us, we only got honked at once, very gently, to remind me, hey, you're supposed to be driving straight on a green light. Like, get moving. Because the Irish are very nice. They're known for their hospitality, always have been. And also, we found that there's a little bit of an unhurried nature to, I don't know, life there. And this was evident when we realized that people are not trying to rush us out of restaurants. Like the waiters in America, like before you are done eating, they put the check on your table and they of course say no rush, but really is like, hey,
Get out of here.
Let's get the show on the road. So in Ireland, it's the opposite. They will not bring you your check, no matter how long you sit there, no matter how long ago they cleared your plate, like no matter how long of a wait there is for a table. They will just let you be until I went and hunted them down and said, we would like to leave now. How can we make that happen?
Yeah, that is what you like. Do we go to the bar? Do we track down our waiter? Do we like how do we get
I've never been a person who has flagged down a waiter. I've just been taught that's rude. I don't care if you didn't like your food, if you need more water. No, you leave them be. They're working.
Did you have your little bell with you?
I know.
You
I sure did not.
waiter?
Yeah.
But I think just me standing around, like looking confused, a waiter did come up and they're like, do you need help? I'm like, yeah, can we pay?
How do we pay?
How do we give you money?
I do feel like we could have done our whole trip basically for free because like
You just walk
we
off.
could have just dined and dashed about everywhere we went. Even at the petrol station, you fill your car and then you go in and pay.
And you beg them to let you pay.
Like there's no
Yeah.
credit card slot like we'd have here. So you can just
Dine
like
and
fill up
dash.
your car and leave if you wanted to. So anyway,
But I feel
what would you do, Michael? Would you pay for
No, but the difference between Noah and I is I did get up and look for the waiter. Like I did seek out our check, but Noah was kind of just like gonna wait forever, I guess, which is also fine. There was usually live music. It was no rush, but
I was
yeah.
just like, I will sit here until they bring it to me, not like as a power move, but just as like I'm too sheepish to go like bother the bartender to make him figure out how much I owe him.
Right. So what would you do if the waiter never brought you your check? How long would you wait?
Well, okay. I had two things in my head, and then he threw that in there, and it just like totally broke me. But
I'm sorry.
I feel like sometimes Noah's a little too passive in his act. I'm gonna say it. This isn't.
He
We're
won't
actually
do
gonna
anything
do-
about you saying that, so you can say that.
Exactly.
No,
He's
he's
just gonna sit
probably
there.
right. It's
I love
true.
you, Noah. And
But
your timidity.
Somebody has recommended for like 2 years that Noah try a combination nasal spray that would basically cure his allergic rhinitis that he has that is chronic. And I mean,
It was
that
me that
golfing. Yeah, Ben had this really great evidence-based study. It was tremendous, and it just showed that this would cure him. But Noah wouldn't listen to me. So eventually, though, when he did, like, again, right before he left on this trip, no, it was a couple of months ago maybe, but he tried it. He said, wow, I can breathe. And I'm like, what do you know? That being said, it is vacation. You're out there with no real commitments. I would tend probably more toward the Noah approach until like I'm done eating, I'm done talking, and it's like 21 minutes, and I'd be like, all right, now I'm going to pull a Jessy.
21 minutes.
I'm getting up emphatically out of this chair. I'm going to stomp around the restaurant and be like, waiter, service. And then demand that check now. And then leave. And then gas, I would just take it for free.
Yeah.
We're paying for it over here. I feel like we're contributing to the...
My tourism is supporting their economy. They don't need
exactly.
gas money.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here already.
We paid so much for the rental car. We don't need it. Gas should be free.
I think it's kind of built into my family's way of doing things that, like, specifically my mom. My dad is probably like Noah. He'll sit there.
Your dad is also very passive.
He's very passive. He's a very just quiet person. I think he's more quiet than you are, but you're both very passive people. But just sort of when the waiter...
Noah's butt hurts on the chair.
Would you like this? I told you I didn't need this.
No, it's okay. I'm sitting on my hoodie now.
Okay.
This chair's very hard.
Noah and I, okay, for reference, Noah and I are sitting in plastic folding chairs. Michael is sitting in a chair from the 1800s. And
It creaks off.
Jessy is sitting in a very nice gaming chair where
My throne.
everything is padded. But no, I think when the waiter like kind of takes our plates, we kind of go, hey, could we get the check, please?
Preemptive.
Like it's a preemptive thing. So we don't really do either. I feel like we would tend more to the Jessy side of just being like, oh, we can.
Yeah.
And also my family's way of doing things is that we have no shame. We'll go talk to anybody. So we wouldn't be very reserved and like, oh, where's our waiter? I'll go talk to them, because we're not going to like aggressively be like, where's our check? Rah! But we'll be like, hey, we were wondering if we could grab our check so we can skedaddle on out of your way. In my family, we have a playbook of how we say things. Which
Skedaddle is in there?
Skedaddle is in there. And this is 100% true. And it always happens apparently at Red Robin. But there have been, it always happens at Chili's. There have been several times that like a waiter has come to our table and said something, and my brother and I have responded the exact same way, like in time with each other. And it's not like a one-word answer. It's like a full sentence that we say together at the same time.
And your voices are really similar.
And our voices are really similar. So we're just like talking in stereo to the waiter. So I think we would tend more to Jessy's side just based on the our family's playbook.
Yeah. I do want to say I'm not an aggressive person.
No, I'm not saying you are.
I feel like I'm becoming...
No, we established that in the driving section.
Yeah.
Noah's the aggressive person when it comes to driving.
Behind the wheel.
Yeah.
In a restaurant, Jessy's like yelling at waiters, throwing things.
Then flipping them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we walk out.
One more story. We got to do a lot of cool like tours and drives on various locations around Ireland. We did see some Star Wars huts that were used in the filming of The Last Jedi. We've all tried to forget about. But the huts were cool. And there was like, I just love the random combination of places you find. Like we saw signs for this one place that it had 3 bullet points on the sign: cave tours, birds of prey, and cheese making.
Like, those are 3 things that I love. I love caves and geological structures, love birds, and boy, do I love cheese. So I was like, wow, they're selling right to me.
So we did consider that place. One of the places we did stop at was just a little property along the coast, Slayhead Drive. Along the Dingle Coast.
Oh, there it is.
Right? Is that on the Dingle Coast?
Yeah. Dingle is the westernmost peninsula And there's this lovely little coastal drive you can do along the peninsula. And that is where we saw a sign in Star Wars font that said, visit Beehive Huts from Star Wars. But then
and
also,
the Beehive Hut was the least cool thing about this place.
Yeah.
Because
then near it, a very hand-painted, like, serial killer style sign
That's amazing.
said, hold baby sheep or baby lambs or whatever, and €4. And we're like, swerving the car over. We gotta get
Noah
there.
was driving.
We gotta get to the sheep. So yeah, we walked up to this place because these beehive huts are like,
So
I don't know if
is
they're-
that where you get your haircut done? Like, is that
The Beehive Hut.
Yeah, is
Beehive
that-
Hut.
they're the
Beehive Cut in the Beehive Hut.
they're these completely stone structures that are super old, not quite 1,000 years old, maybe. I can't remember. But then yeah, also baby sheep because there are lambs everywhere. It's lambing season. And this like farmer guy walks out of his little area. He's like, hey, are you here to hold sheep? And we're like, yep. And he asked for some money and said, okay, well, just go over there to the barn. They're in there. You can play with them. You can hold them. Just don't put your fingers in their mouth. And then he went away. And we
That was all the
wandered-
supervision we had.
wandered in unsupervised to this. Like, it was like I could hear the choir singing as I walked through, and there were just baby lambs jumping around. Yeah.
Yeah, they play Star Wars music
Yeah.
24/7.
But it was a magical time. Lambs are really light because they're 90% wool. And it might have been the happiest day of my life.
They're also really loud.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
for as tiny as they are, like listen to this. This is a video I have.
Oh,
Like just these little tiny lambs. They make a lot of sound. But yeah, we both got to hold a little baby lamb, and like, oh man, it was awesome. I had just had lamb stew a few nights before.
And I told him, I was like, Noah, don't eat that.
And she shamed me. And then after I held the baby lamb, I told Jessy, okay, I'm never eating lamb again.
So we'll see how long that lasts. But
And then the guy came into the barn with a whole plate of lamb.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, 3
Would you
samples."
like any lamb?
this one didn't make it.
someone put their finger in this one's mouth.
We had to shoot it.
Oh.
No,
That's how
okay,
you do
but
it.
so here was the dilemma though, because
moral dilemma.
I have been to the UK and Ireland before, and in the past, I have to fill out paperwork upon re-entering the United States, like describing what I did and what I touched, including livestock. And if you've touched livestock within the past like 14 days, then there's a potential of you getting quarantined. So you're supposed to lie or tell the truth. But I was like, Noah, before we touch these lambs, we have to make a pact. We have to deny that we touched any livestock in order to re-enter the United States.
Should this go on the air?
Okay, but here's the thing.
I did not.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
When we came back to the United States, not only did they not ask us anything or ask for any paperwork, they did not look at our passports. They didn't even look at our passports.
They looked at you guys and went, nah, yeah.
Yeah, but it was
You belong
baffling.
here.
Like, they have some new technology, like they took a photo of us, and that was it. And so I was like, well, I guess we didn't even have to lie.
Yeah.
But if you knew that you would have to fill out paperwork about if you touch livestock, would you hold a baby lamb? Yes or no?
Yes. Because you are 100% correct. Just lie.
Just lie.
It honestly, when it comes to telling like the customs people or whatever, as far as they know, I didn't leave the airport.
Right.
Like, no, I haven't gone outside the entire time. What are you talking about? I was here on business. My business was in the other terminal.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. No, just, yeah, touch the baby animal. No, I'm not bringing any fruits or vegetables back over the border when I have a bunch in my bag. Like, go ahead, search it. But no, honestly, yeah, it's a vacation and
We're allowed to touch as many animals as
you're
we want.
allowed. Exactly. When in Rome. Yeah. I'm guessing Noah was adamantly against lying.
He was not adamantly against it, but in general, he's more against it and hesitant and like, we shouldn't do that.
Michael,
Yeah.
back me up here.
I would touch the lamb. Reason being, I don't know the last time the people in these hospitals up here have seen neurocysticercosis, which is where the larvae of the lamb go into your brain and give you seizures and stuff. So yeah, I'd touch it and be like, all right, cool. I'll be a great case study for some stuff.
Okay. So,
Hang on.
So we all have our own reasons.
Yeah.
Larvae of the lam?
I think
I thought lambs were mammals and were just born.
It's like that
I didn't know there were larvae that went into my brain.
larvae of the lamb. That yeah.
It's the guy with the cannibalism.
Yeah.
Larvae of the lamb. It's like an undercooked meat thing. So in
Okay.
theory, you shouldn't get it from a living being.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
still, I'd be a case study. I'd be like, yeah.
That'd be exciting.
Watch it.
You'd
So
be in
Michael's a
textbooks.
yes, but for very different reasons.
Yeah.
So we're all yes, but under different reasons and circumstances.
Yeah.
I guess Ben and Jesse are just fine lying, and that's fine.
In that case, when it doesn't matter, yeah, I'm.
But what if you were the one that it did matter? What if you brought a sheep disease and killed all the
What if
baby
you got
lambs in America?
COVID-24?
I didn't.
I don't want to think about it too hard, guys. The guilt.
Anyway, that is Ireland in a nutshell. Thank you for participating.
We've summed up the entire country.
Ireland and a beehive.
You've passed the test. Ben, you're coming to Ireland with us next time. Michael, you are not welcome.
Yes.
That's all right.
I did it. That's amazing. I'm so glad that you guys had a fun time. You sent many pictures in the Discord and everything. It looked so much fun. So
It was awesome.
I'm also glad that you're back because I missed you while you were gone.
You know, it's great that we were able to go on a honeymoon because in order to go on a honeymoon, you need to get married. But in order to get married, you need to get engaged.
Oh.
Ben.
And speaking of getting engaged, this is the part of the show where we congratulate Brian and Caitlin.
Brian, girlfriend of Brian Stanley, is now fiance of Brian Stanley.
She is. They celebrated by going to Chili's, which is very on brand.
That's not a joke. That
That's
one's
that
actually
is
true.
true.
They said in the Discord that they celebrated by going to Chili's and a minor league baseball game, which honestly, good job. That's, yeah. So
Ben wishes he was there.
I wish I was there for your engagement. That sounds like a great afternoon.
I liked the way that they announced it in the Discord because Caitlin's name in the Discord is girlfriend of Brian Stanley, but Brian had changed it to fiance of Brian Stanley and just said happy birthday at fiance of Brian Stanley. And I saw it like really early in the morning because they're in a later time zone. And I was like, who changed that? Michael must be playing a joke or something.
all
And like went
me.
back to it and like fell back asleep and then woke up like an hour later and I was like, wait,
What?
maybe they're engaged. But that was not where my mind went first. It
Yeah.
was like,
He said I was her birthday gift. And I thought, oh, Brian being Brian. Like he's just being Brian. No, we get a picture. There's a box that's like 4 or 5 feet by like 3 feet in the middle of the living room, and I can only assume Brian is in it. We haven't got closure on this, but I can only assume that he's in it. And like came out because she said the box was very light, which makes me think that it was just an empty bottom box, and she lifted it, and there is Brian Stanley, PhD.
oh,
Also,
well,
congratulations to you.
I'm 100% positive that you're wrong and that in the box was just the ring.
The giant.
that's how I took it.
Oh, I thought Brian was in the
No,
box.
because I don't think the box was as big as you think it was.
I don't know. I've seen some big boxes.
Brian's a tiny little guy.
Brian's small. But yes, congratulations to Brian and Caitlin. But also, Noah, congratulations to somebody else.
Congratulations to another one of our regular listeners. Congratulations to my sister Molly on the birth of another daughter added to the pile.
Another Noodles at Noon listener, baby
Yes.
Isabel.
Baby Isabel. Yeah. So yeah, Molly just gave birth. She did a good job.
We're never going to let Noah announce anything else. Molly
Another
just
baby
gave
came
birth,
out of my
added to
sister.
the pile. What?
We asked her if we could do a live Noodles taping like during the labor. She said no.
God.
But congratulations, Molly. Anyway, let's move on.
Congratulations, Molly. Congratulations, Sam.
Okay, now stall while I pull up the speak pipe.
And
Uh,
no,
Yes,
fine.
we do have a speak pipe from. I'm thinking it's from Brian Stanley. Yes, it is from Brian Stanley.
Brian Stanley from the Journeys of Scientists podcast.
Yes, PhD. Wait, another
Oh
congratulations.
yeah.
Brian's a doctor now,
Yeah, congratulations,
Dr.
Brian Stanley,
Stanley.
PhD.
successfully defending his PhD thesis.
Yeah, Michael and I attended his thesis on Zoom. It was very fun. He did a very good job. We made popcorn. Did we make popcorn or did we just talk about it? I think we just talked about it. Never mind.
I think we talked about it. I don't think we did.
Anyway, congratulations, Brian and Caitlin, and Brian again, and Molly. Here's a message from Brian Stanley.
Hi there. Brian Stanley from the Journeys of Scientists podcast. I just wanted to leave a speak pipe. This will be a very quick one because honestly, I have nothing to say. I didn't prepare anything, so this will be unlike other speak pipes that I've sent in the past. Like, it'll be super quick, super succinct. It won't take that long because sometimes I have a history of going super long, and they're just super long, meandering sort of things that I put out into the universe. And sometimes people are like, why even bother sending this in? Couldn't you have sent like a 15-second speak pipe that like had a question or answered a question or like made sense? Could you maybe write something out ahead of time that would be helpful? And so like I really want to kind of get away from that trope that people associate me with, because that's really not what I want to be anymore. I want to be clear, succinct, and to the point. Really, I don't want to waste anyone's time. I want to just be in the moment, and yeah, it's like, so at that, I guess I will end it right there. Thank you. I miss you.
I miss you too, Brian.
It looks like it goes into a part 2.
Oh my gosh, Brian.
Oh, it does.
Gizmo, you want to say something? Say some out here. Say something. Say something. You're embarrassing me in front of everyone. Why won't you say something? Gizmo, you're knocking stuff off the table. Stop it. All right. Well, Brian Stanley here. I was trying to record another speak bike because I will admit my previous one was not my best work. Oh, look who's coming back to sit on me. You want to say something? Wow, this is probably just pure chaos right now. There's a cat that's sitting in my lap. His name is Gizmo. He's usually very talkative, and right now I guess he's getting a little shy. Anyway, so like I said, my previous speak bike, maybe not my best work. So I thought I would jazz it up. So originally, my plan was to read a bit from the Wikipedia page for the Utah Jazz. That is a team for the National Basketball Association, which is also known as the NBA. That's right. So the franchise originally started as an expansion team in the 1974 to 75 season as the New Orleans Jazz, which was originally located in New Orleans. Or Narlands. It has since been relocated to Salt Lake City in 1979. So it was only in New Orleans for like 4 years or something like that. So that's exciting stuff. What more did you need to know? Oh, we're almost out of time. Say goodbye, Gizmo. Bye.
All right, well, there's your basketball corner with Brian.
That's okay. Now that Brian has finished his PhD and completed his engagement, I guess, he just has a lot of time on his hands.
He does.
Yes.
He did invite us to a game night tonight, which he's never done before, I don't think. So I think he's just like looking for a new life purpose now.
He's grown up.
Yeah.
Our boy's grown up.
We're proud of you, Brian.
Proud of you.
And the Utah Jazz for moving from Nolans.
Speaking of speak pipes, if you want to leave a speak pipe, you can go to noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
And there's a big orange button that says leave a speak pipe. Is it on the contact us page or is it on any page?
Yeah, go to contact us.
Okay, contact us and then big orange button. We do have a specific speak pipe for this week if you want to leave one. And for that, Michael has more information.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I totally forgot that I was going to talk. So next month, depending on when you're listening to this, I'm speaking of the June 2024. I don't know where I am. In the June 2024, there will be a summer karaoke stream that is performed probably in the confines of a very similar room to this one. And that will be taking place at a date that we do not have Ooh, a leak. No one's leaking stuff on the big screen.
Sorry.
that we don't have a date announced, but we need your suggestions for what tracks you want on the karaoke stream. Now, this is not going to be Rusty. He's still in recovery. He got a few stents placed after his previous event there in December.
A few stents placed.
Yeah, like two to three.
How many stents can you have placed?
Like 5, 6 at probably maximum. I don't know. I'm not a cardiologist, but anyway. So he's out of action. So it will just be us, truly, your 4 here. We need a name.
Me?
The Noodle Barbershop Quartet.
The Noodle Band.
So please.
I got plans.
Well, you're going to be here. Because
Noodle
you're
Karaoke
singing.
Trio.
You are singing. I put it in here. Well, I don't have it in here. It's not in the playlist. But you're
singing
going to
My
sing
Heart
some
Will
Dua
Go
Lipa
On.
for us, please.
Oh, heck yeah.
But we need your requests. What do you want to hear on our karaoke stream? So leave us a speak pipe, leave us a message. We'll take those 2 forms. And whoever submits any of these requests will be put into a drawing to win Stuffitty's Sugar Jar, as Noah pronounced it last episode.
Sugar Jar.
Which is what? Let's explain that.
It
Yeah,
is
what
a
is that?
Steam
Yeah.
game where my understanding, I haven't played it yet because I have not had time. Sorry, Stuffity. Is it something like 2048, I think, where you like try to combine sugars into a big sugar jar?
It's like Suika game.
Nobody knows what that is.
Nobody knows.
Everyone knows what that is. It's the watermelon game.
Okay.
All right,
What
so
are you talking about?
So this is the game, and we can get you a code for whatever platform, hopefully, that you like. I know Steam, he mentioned that he would give us a code for. So please leave us a message on the Contact Us page, either via audio or text at noodlespodcast.com,
Noodlespodcast.com.
and tell us what song you want. So right now in this playlist, this is tentative. I have Tainted Love. I have a
Oh, I
little bit of
love
Frank Sinatra.
Tainted
I have a little bit of a duet for Noah and I that I'm not going to spoil now. Don't You Forget About Me. Jimmy Eat World the Middle. TikTok by Kesha. Let Her Go by Passenger. Air Supply, All Out of Love. There's the Dua Lipa. Unholy by Sam Smith.
Yes.
Faith by George Michael. And of course, we'll have Skillet Monster performed by someone here on the podcast. So please leave us a message. Tell us what you want. You'll be automatically entered to win a drawing that will close
Before the next podcast.
within 6 to 7, 8, 9 weeks.
Yeah. Can we do a full cover of Monster by Skillet? Like, can I learn it on electric and Noah can play the drum? We have the ability to do that here. We have,
That would be a
I'll
hoop.
play bass.
see?
I'll scream.
Perfect. I mean, I figured that's what you'd be doing. That was
Jessy just ripped her headphones off
little
and threw them
teaser.
across.
Yeah, that's what you're in for. It's going to be great. Well, we've arrived at the portion of our show where we like to play a game or two. And for that,
Dominant. You're going to.
Noah is just trying to
I'm trying to rush
ruin
things.
the
I'm sorry.
games.
He wants to give you the check and get out.
Noah is, or I'm sorry, Jessy has prepared a game or two for us. So I'll turn that over to you.
All right. So I have 2 games. I can make them roll through quickly. I do not need the computer for the first game. That's why I was trying to indicate to Noah, don't reveal
not
the
open my
second game.
And the
slideshow.
loser has to take a shot of sterile water.
That is 100%
AKA
true.
Saline from a flush. Don't ask how I got a hold of this.
Doesn't that hurt you?
No, I've done
Nope,
it before.
It's good for you.
It's-
I have done
It
it
can't
before.
hurt. So
okay. So you really want to win.
I don't want to win.
No,
No,
that's
you-
for the
you wanna
loser.
Oh,
win.
that's
It's
the
for the
loser.
loser.
Okay,
It's
I
the
want to
loser.
win.
Yeah, you want to win.
So
I'm not doing that.
you gentlemen need your phones
Good.
just so that
Got
you can write your answer. It's on our system so that, if someone gives a better answer than you can't change your answer. But if you do, I guess I have no consequences for that. So, all right.
I'm playing Sugar Jar right now.
Because I am in charge of the games, I have picked games that I would like to play and that are about my interests. So have fun. My first game is called Famous First Words, where I will give you the first words of something, whether it's a movie, a book, a song, a poem, something else. And then you just have to tell me the work, the title of the work. You don't have to tell me the author or anything like that.
John
So-
Steinbeck.
Maybe. So
First words he ever spoke as a child.
Noah just
he got
read
really
the
mad
Grapes of
about
Wrath.
grapes.
Yeah.
Those are his first
Angry
words.
raisins.
I hate these raisins.
So what I'll do is I will read the quote. You guys write down your answer, and then I'll go one at a time to ask you for it. If you get it right, you get a point. I'm wondering if these are going to be too hard, but we'll see. Number 1.
Yes, they will.
Answer is yes.
Do not shout out the answer. I will say that. Okay, number 1.
Hey, Jessy, thank you for making that clear.
Remember last time?
Thank you for telling us the rules of the game before we started
not
the
a race.
game.
I will make it clear when you need to tell me your answer. Okay,
Awesome.
Here we go. Number 1. Call me Ishmael.
Oh. This is a trick? This is a trick?
No, we're starting easy here.
It was my nickname in high school.
Oh, wow. Michael is like writing it in a paint program type thing. Okay.
Jessy, look at my screen.
Okay,
Pay
so-
attention to me.
All right. Good job, everyone. So, as I could see from their phone notes, everyone has selected the correct answer. Moby Dick.
Woo!
Moby Dick. Okay. Number 2, I want the specific title, okay? Harry Potter was a highly unusual boy in many ways.
Easy. There are 2 answers to this question. I'm thinking.
I mean, you have 7 choices. Harry Potter was a highly unusual boy in many ways. I want the specific
There are more.
book.
There are more than 7. I mean,
Harry
there are
Potter
like
books?
millions of books.
It could be
It could be any number of
book.
them.
Okay.
Star Wars.
All right. So let's see answers. Michael
Boop,
has.
boop. Sorcerer's Stone. What
Sorcerer's
is Sorcerer's
Stone.
Stone?
Okay. What else you got?
I put Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It could also be Harry
Hey,
Potter
no,
and
no,
the...
it could be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's
Okay,
That
y'all
was
are
the other
wrong.
answer. Wait,
Everybody's
really?
wrong. Listen up. This is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of
So
Azkaban.
I'm right.
Isn't that interesting?
You know what's funny?
Oh.
I thought about that as a joke. Just putting that.
I put that because it's so weird that is how she starts the 3rd book. Like, we all know who Harry Potter is already, people. But so y'all fail. Oh, wait. Y'all get a point for this? Or for number 1, Ben, Noah, Michael, nobody. Number 3. This one's a little bit longer, so here we go. It's close to midnight, and something evil's lurking in the dark.
Yeah.
Just
Michael's excited.
Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. All right, let's see it.
I think Michael knows it.
I think based on his
What is
reaction,
the Thriller?
I put Thriller.
Thriller
Yeah.
by Michael Jackson.
Okay, you guys are doing really well. Good job. That was Thriller. Best-selling album of all time, right?
I
Yeah.
think it got kicked.
I think it just got
Oh,
beat, didn't
by
it?
Taylor
Kicked by
Swift.
Taylor Swift.
I think it did get
Probably
picked.
by
Taylor.
By Tay-Tay.
I have not listened to that album, but Thriller is a better album.
Okay, someone was playing it when we were rounding, like after we were rounding and we were doing notes.
That's what
I'm
everybody
sorry.
has been telling
It was just
me.
so.
It's meh.
I had no emotions listening to it. I was like,
I don't think it was the newest Taylor Swift
oh
album
no,
that
they
beat
were playing. It was.
that beat the Thriller one.
Oh,
I think it was
sorry.
a different one.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the newest one. It was not my jam, but I wonder what we could look it up at some point.
Anyway,
Some of the songs are bops.
Number 4.
Slaps.
Number 4. I believe in America. America has made my fortune, and I raised my daughter in the American fashion. I gave her freedom, but I taught her never to dishonor her family.
I know this.
I know this.
Hold on.
I
It hasn't
think.
come to me.
All right.
Hold on.
Take your time.
No.
Not really take your time, though. All right, who's...
No.
Okay, Michael has
No,
written his
no,
answer.
no,
Noah
I'm pretty
has
sure it's
Ben.
Mulan.
I love that answer, but it is not Mulan. Noah?
That's
Oh, no,
not,
no, Michael.
I'm,
What
I'm
did
sorry,
you put,
that's
Ben?
not what I put.
Oh, what did you put,
I
Ben?
put Little Women.
Little Women,
Oh.
Michael?
Princess Diary.
Princess Diary, Noah?
Is it The Godfather?
It's The Godfather.
yes.
Yes,
Yay.
because it's the man that's coming to Don Corleone on the day
Yes.
of his daughter's wedding, talking about needing a favor.
Yes, but all good guesses, all movies I like and have seen. All right, so that was The Godfather. Number 5. Once upon a time, there was a lovely princess, but she had an enchantment upon her of a fearful sort, which could only be broken by love's first kiss.
I know it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
Hold
do.
on. Is it a trick? Is it a trick though? Boop, boop.
I have the advantage of
Santa Claus 3.
I have the
Okay, we have to
advantage
wait for
of
Ben.
living with Jessy and knowing what media she's consumed
All
recently.
right, Ben,
Yeah.
what'd you put?
And you told me.
Enchanted.
Enchanted. Noah?
Shrek.
Michael?
Shrek.
Oh.
It is Shrek. It is Shrek. I just watched that.
I know
it does have a bit of
totally
advantage.
Yeah, I know what.
Noah
Jessy
does have a
watches.
bit of an advantage that I'm now going to complain about.
Although she has not watched The Godfather recently.
That's fair.
No, that
I
is
have,
true.
though.
Okay. I'm trying to keep track of everyone's points. All right. This is not going as well.
Someone's up 1 point, right? Is he-
No, I think Noah and Michael are tied for
No.
3 each.
No, that
That's-
makes
no,
sense. Yeah,
I
you
have
are.
4.
Oh no.
Noah's up a
Noah's
point
at
for-
4.
to
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, because he got Godfather.
Yeah, Ben, you have 2. Michael
Mhm.
has 3. Noah has 4. All right, we have 2 more. 2 more quotes. 2 more quotes. Okay. Now, actually, this one is not the first line because the first line is the same as the title. So I'm going to read the subsequent lines. Are you ready?
Star Wars.
Bam, ba-da-dum.
That kind of scared me, actually.
I'm sorry.
I'm very jumpy. Okay. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Oh.
This is,
Oh, it's a poem. It's a
It
poem.
is a poem, but
anyone
who wrote
remembers
that?
Interstellar?
Oh, Interstellar, right.
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to just write something. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
So, okay.
Okay, I got it.
I wrote something that I think what I wrote contains the title, but I
Okay.
may have written
I
too
can give
much.
half points. I can give
or
give
full,
half
or four
points.
full points.
Or full points.
I put "Don't go quietly into that good night."
Noah, what did you put?
I put Light in the Attic by Shel Silverstein.
Michael?
Elon Musk. He used to tweet this all the time.
Yeah.
Elon Musk. Okay, I am going to give Ben a full point, even though that's not quite the title. The title is "Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night" by
okay.
Dylan Thomas. But I think, Ben,
Thank you.
you got pretty close. But yeah, okay.
Closer than Michael and I got.
Final quote, and I hope everyone gets it, but we'll see. This one's long as well.
I think I'm drinking the goo.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
I got it.
Wait, I don't know. I think.
I was hoping this would trick someone.
Yeah, I think it's going to
it is
trick
gonna
me,
trick
the guy that really did not care for American history.
Or French history.
Okay.
All right.
I put an answer.
Michael, what'd you put?
I think this is the Decky, but I'm scared it's another
Decky?
world famous document.
I put WAP. No, it is the Constitution of the United States.
Dang it.
I put the Bill of Rights.
Dude, this is the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Excuse me. The first words of the Declaration of Independence are, "When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for." Look it up.
We have a
This
Noah
is what
moment.
I Googled, and this was the first thing that came up because I do not
Look it up.
memorize that. Great.
Look it up. I had the Declaration of Independence on my wall for many
Okay,
years
great.
as a kid.
I will give someone a half point, but when I Googled it, these were the first words.
Was that the last one?
Yeah. that
What's
was
the
the last
score
one.
now, Jesse?
I think Noah's still.
Okay. Michael and Ben are tied with 3.
No.
Noah is at. Oh, no. I didn't give points this round yet.
We could. Okay, because Michael got a point.
Michael got a point.
Wait, well, is it correct? Because that's how we get a point.
When in the
right?
course
I
of
don't-
human events it becomes necessary.
Okay, well, great.
Yeah, that is how it starts.
Well, my Googling did not go well, so let's just give Ben a point. Guess
the
what?
Bill of Rights starts with "We the people, in order to form a more perfect union,
Yeah.
establish justices."
But that's the start of the
But that's the
Constitution.
start of
'cause
the
it's-
Constitution.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
right.
Bill of Rights.
This is the first
I
10
said we hold
right?
these truths to be self-evident. What
Which
the
is
heck
the
is
second,
that?
That's the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence.
Okay, well, thanks a lot,
The
Google.
decade.
Now I feel really silly because my mom teaches American history. Okay.
So wait, does that
My
mean
bad.
we're all tied?
We are all tied, but that's okay. We can carry our scores into the next game. There are 6 questions in this game. Okay, so another one of my passions, other than movies, literature, poetry, and
American history.
American history, apparently, is medieval history and animals. So back in medieval times, there were these things called bestiaries. You've probably heard of them. They're illustrated books with definitions about animals. But the thing about the medieval time period is that the people drawing these animals had probably
idea.
never seen the animal and had only heard a short description of it, which may or may not have even been accurate. So it's actually really funny to look through a medieval bestiary and see what people thought they that certain exotic animals look like. So
these
now,
are like police sketches of animals,
Yeah.
like just working off the description.
Yeah, it is kind of like that, but really beautifully colored. So I know it's poor form to have photos in a podcast game, but I think it's going to be fun for you guys to describe what you're seeing, and then you will write the animal you think it is, and I'll tell you if you are right or wrong.
Would you like me to put these photos up on the website too?
Yes.
Okay.
So our listeners can play along. So
At noodlespodcast.com.
noodlespodcast.com. So I think just to keep people from talking over each other, Noah, I will have you describe what you're seeing. Our first image.
All right. I am seeing a creature with what looks to be 6 legs, kind of a long, slender body, and a long tail that looks like it has a bone in it and maybe comes to a point. And it has like a dragon head almost. Okay, this is harder than I thought. So we write our answers
Write
now,
your
what
answer.
we think it is.
And then I will read you the bestiary description that accompanies the picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay. Michael, what do you think this?
It's so obvious. Wait, when are you reading the description?
I'll read it after you've
Okay.
told me your guess.
This is El Scorpion.
Scorpion, Ben.
Ooh, scorpion. That's a
That
good
is
guess.
a good answer.
I put what I think this drawing looks like, but I'm realizing that this may not be native to places.
Some of these are from all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put an armadillo.
Armadillo. Okay. Noah.
Man, the 6 legs is really throwing me. I just put lizard. I feel like
Lizard.
Michael's right with scorpion.
Guys, the description is a worm or serpent with many feet, and the animal is a centipede.
Yeah.
It looks like a dragon with 6 legs, but it's a centipede. So
Okay.
Also,
If only there was
how
like
did they get 6 legs from centipede? That's
Yeah.
just wrong.
well, I was gonna say if only there was like an indicator in the name
Of
that
how
could
many
tell them how many
legs.
legs it might have.
centipede. Well, they probably got to it, and they're like, "Well, we don't have enough room."
Oh, I see now. It says centipede right above it.
Oh
my gosh,
Let me
it
just
does.
Google translate that.
Okay, so don't pay too much attention to the writing above the photo.
The centipede.
All right, number 2. Ben, will you describe what you're seeing?
I'm seeing.
We're talking about the big main animal.
Oh, okay. What I am seeing is very much a horse, pretty much with very thin legs. I would say it's a very thin horse. Like imagine.
It might be pregnant.
What?
Sure.
Focus on the colors on this one as well.
Oh, okay. Told to focus on the colors. It is the neck area is blue, but the face is red and the haunches are red. Yeah, and it's walking with its tail betwixt its back legs. And there's an owl that looks nothing like an owl looking at it.
All right, so write your answers. We're looking at a sad, skinny horse thing that is blue and red.
I feel good about this one.
I don't.
Okay. I am going to say I'm giving points every single round just so we can break the tie. So I gave the point to Michael for number 1. I felt like scorpion was closest to centipede. So for
I
number
accept that.
2, Noah, what did you put for this animal?
I think what we're looking at is a giraffe. It's got a very giraffe-shaped snout,
Giraffe.
and it has a long tail like a giraffe, I think, has,
Okay.
and the
I-
skinny legs.
I will say there is something about a giraffe that's longer than its tail is that this seems to be missing.
We're missing a long neck here. No, okay, Ben,
Well,
what did
I
you
mean,
write?
it's longer than a horse neck.
You guys,
I
Okay.
put a zebra.
oh, that's a good, okay, I assume then
I also wrote
Ben
down
and
zebra.
Michael also put zebra, which
Two-color.
is what I thought it was.
Okay.
It is not. Here's a description: an animal that can change its color.
Chameleon.
It's
Is
a
it a
chameleon.
chameleon?
What?
This is a chameleon. Someone who has never seen a chameleon and knows only that the animal changes its color.
That's
They're
the
like,
only
well,
description that they gave?
That's the only description that was in this version of the bestiary, because there are multiple medieval bestiaries.
I
Well,
like
that's
how it has an owl in it for scale. And
I
this
am
animal is
giving-
like 4 times, like 10 times the size of the owl.
Yeah.
I
like
don't
a
know
real
who to give a
chameleon.
point to for that one. I'm going to think about it. Everyone's wrong. Number 3. All right. Who's next to describe? Michael?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, it's an alligator. I'm kidding. Okay, so there's this green creature with two forelimbs, two hind limbs, all with 5-ish digits and sharp black claws.
This
on
is
the
a
end.
med student.
And we also have several wave-like, like kind of that Japanese whoosh painting that I don't know the name of. That has it's right there.
That one? The one that's
that
on
one.
our
Yeah,
wall?
Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but it's got the waves. So there's several of those going along the spine all the way down to the tail. On the ventral side of the tail is kind of a light green coloration of bumps going, and they go about to the abdomen, then they become smooth. There are legs coming out of this thing's mouth with staunch teeth and large nostrils, as well as human-like eyes with Michael-like eyebrows. It's kind of strange. Also some ears that seem to go forward. There's also a tree that looks like a tree that I've never seen in my entire life.
Tree is irrelevant.
Okay. That's what I see. Now,
what would
let
you
me
say
think
that
about
the
what this
emotion is of this creature?
It is
Eeyore.
very Eeyore.
Yeah.
Like, very
Eeyore. I think that's
passively,
a
like,
great...
there are two human legs coming out of my mouth.
I feel like Jesse's doing a psychological evaluation of us.
so-
I don't think the legs are coming out of its mouth. I think it's eating a person.
That's what's coming out of its mouth, right?
I
don't
think Ben
it's-
is on
They're half in,
point.
half out.
I don't think
A
its
human is
reaction
being
is,
eaten.
oh, well, there's legs coming out of my mouth. it's eating
This is
somebody.
dinner.
Cup half full.
All
Legs
right.
coming out of my mouth.
All right,
Cup
3.
half empty. No, I haven't written anything. Chill out. Gosh.
I'll tell
Excuse
her to
me.
chill out.
Yeah, I don't know what else this could be.
Okay,
I guess I'm taking.
let's see here. Noah, what did you write?
I wrote alligator.
Alligator, Ben?
I have two answers. One is more realistic, and one is more like maybe this. I'll give you the
Give me one.
maybe this answer, which is camel.
Camel. All right.
Do they eat people?
Michael.
No.
I wrote down crocodile because I said alligator up top, but I want to mix it up.
Crocodile. Okay, so here's a description in the bestiary.
Why does it have eyebrows?
A creature that weeps after eating a man, which is where we get
Crocodile
modern-
tears?
yes, crocodile tears. This is where that expression comes from, which actually comes from some truth. When crocodiles spend too much time out of the water, their eyes will like cry to keep their eyes moist. I don't know why they're sad
They
from
also
eating
have
people,
a
but
see-through nictitating membrane so they can see underwater.
I forgot to mention their nictitating membrane. So
I'm sure that's in the show
Mike
notes.
is dead on.
Wow.
Dead
Well
on.
done, Michael.
Number
I'm a biologist at heart.
4.
Get that.
All right, Noah,
What
what
the
are you
heck is that?
seeing? Don't shout out what you think it is, but Noah, what do you see?
Okay.
It has a hand coming out of its tail.
I see a
being
creature that is stabbing a human's hand with its sharp tail. It has 4 legs. It has kind of an arrowhead-shaped body with a lion face. And it looks like it's trying to grab a set of green and red sporks out of the sea.
Yeah.
Go to noodlespodcast.com if you don't believe me. The pictures are there.
Podcast.com.
He looks happy about it, though. He looks happy to be stabbing the human hand, like straight through the palm of the hand. He's also on a beach towel, I just realized. So that's pretty cool. He
He's
looks
just
like he's having a good
lounging.
time. Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
lounging.
All right, that's a pretty good description. All right, who's got their answer? Ben, what did you... Wait, we have to
who
wait
goes
for
first?
Noah.
I was trying to think of who goes first.
It doesn't really
I don't
matter.
know. I wrote down stingray.
Stingray.
better guess.
So I wrote down Stingray, and I'm very confident that it's Stingray.
Stingray.
Yeah, I also put stingray.
Okay,
No, you-
gentlemen, guess what this is? This is a worm that stings with its tail. It is
A scorpion?
scorpion.
Not
It's
enough leg.
scorpion.
But we put 4 too many legs for it to be a Stingray.
What I didn't want to say in my description is he has a very manta ray shaped body.
He does. It does.
does.
It does look like a flat manta ray with a lion's head and 4 legs. So, good job, guys. 2 more. Number 5. Ben, can you describe this one, please? What are you seeing?
We're looking at a fish that has
Say it.
3 dorsal fins, but also has another fish coming out of its mouth.
Oh boy,
Um,
fish is coming out my mouth.
It's got a dolphin tail, not a the tail goes vertically, it doesn't go horizontally. And then it's got 2 sets of the flippers on the side sort of deal. Pretty large scales, sharp teeth, and coming out of its chin, it's got 2
Ghouls?
Like a chicken gizzard.
Like a
it's
gobbler.
like a gabagool.
What
a
is
chicken
that?
gobble.
Give me some
Yeah.
of the gobble
Gobble.
goo,
The waddle,
sort
the
of,
waddle.
whatever that's called. It's got 2 of them, and they're bulbous. Think of that
That word.
what you will. And its expression, angry.
Angry,
Uh,
I would agree.
And it has a nose that could only be drawn by someone who doesn't know how to draw noses. So
Very round.
Also bulbous.
Bulbous
also
nose.
bulbous.
Okay, so write down your answers. What do you think this probably aquatic creature is?
Probably the fact that you said that like that.
Who can
Or is
say?
she trying to throw us off?
It might not be what you think. All right, Noah, what'd you write?
Okay, well, I wrote
He's not writing anything.
I wrote
Okay.
dolphin because
Okay.
it says delphinus right below.
All right,
Cheating.
Ben?
I'm gonna go with dolphin.
What did you write?
Honestly, I didn't write anything. I
Oh,
was too
no, I'm
busy
sorry.
describing what it was.
Okay. Michael, what did you
I
write?
think that's cheating, but because I very intentionally did not try to read anything. I wrote beluga whale.
Oh, beluga whale.
I still haven't written anything, but to me, it looks like this could be a seahorse.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay, I actually did see in the bestiary a seahorse, and it is hilarious. It was just like the frontal body of a horse, and then it had a tail, like a fish tail.
So you're telling me this isn't a seahorse?
This is not a seahorse.
Can I
This
change my
is
answer?
a large fish that gathers in schools at the sound of music. It's a dolphin.
Dolphin.
So does he lose points for cheating?
No,
He can
I'm
read it.
sitting
He
right
can
next
read
to
it.
where it says dolphin.
Okay, then I'll start reading.
Yeah.
I thought we
Unfortunately.
changed it. You know I can't read.
All right, this one for the win. Okay.
Wait, what's the score? Sorry, I didn't mean to put you out.
Michael has 6. Ben has 4. Noah has 5. So
Uh-oh.
Michael's in the lead. This could change everything. Number 6.
It's an angry bird.
my
It is an
God.
angry bird.
Okay, if you might have, this is kind of a meme going around. So if you know what the meme is, don't say it.
Don't.
Okay, just describe what you see, Michael.
All right. So once again, I see in the center of the screen a circular shaped organism with brown as a primary coloration with black arcs with white in the center. And there are about 7 of those happening. To the right side of that circular object is a beak that has 4 teeth that look slightly upset and an eye that looks a little bit upset as well. Note are waves, below, which is confusing me right now. There is also this decorative frame that I think has nothing to pertain to the picture.
But the creature doesn't look like it's under the water. It looks like it's floating on top of the water
Mm-hmm.
from what I'm seeing. That may or may not be relevant to what it is.
Starfish.
All right, so write your answers. This big circular angry
We can just call him
beaked
Big
angry
Chunks, I
bird.
think
Big
that's-
chunks. Okay, Michael has a kiwi.
This is a kiwi.
Oh.
Ben has
Ooh, that does look like kiwi. I put jellyfish.
jellyfish. Noah?
I'm so tempted to put a bird because it has such a bird face, but also, what was it that had a lion face earlier?
The scorpion.
The scorpion.
The faces
So-
are irrelevant.
I'm throwing it back to armadillo. This looks like
Armadillo.
a rolled up armadillo.
Okay. I'm gonna. What did you say, Michael?
Kiwi.
I'm gonna give the point to Ben because this is an aquatic creature. The description is a shelled fish that produces a stone called a pearl.
It's a clam.
It's an oyster. Yeah.
This is like
This
comes out
is
of its
an
little
oyster.
beak.
Somewhat like no one has clearly seen an oyster because they don't look like that. But I thought that was very funny.
Where's the pearl though? They didn't.
That's why it's
include
so
the pearl in-
angry. It's
yeah.
like very painfully inside of it. So, all right, that brings us to final scores. Ben with 5, Noah with 5, and Michael with 6 points.
So because we tied for last place, does that mean Michael has to drink the,
Yes,
the
actually.
saline water?
Okay, I think Noah had to drink the saline.
I have done that. Should you explain why we have saline
Oh, yeah,
water
why
and
are we-
why
I
we're
don't know.
drinking it?
Jesse kept texting me over in rotations being like, get me a syringe now. And I'm like, bruh,
That
I'm
is
not just going to steal a syringe.
Not true.
And then one ended up in the locker that I was using in the OR, and I was like, all right. So then I took it. And
Now I have 3
now
syringes.
she has like 4, 3 or 4. So, I sprayed it in Noah's mouth. The other one, the syringe, a few months ago, and I think it's time that we continue the tradition.
I think it's only fair that you, Michael, now do that.
Hey Ben,
And once again, in poor form
Ben,
for a
please
podcast,
spray me.
we're having a visual gag
Also,
here.
if you if you shoot it too deep, I'm gonna gag and punch you in the head. So please
I'm kind of in the
aim,
splash zone
aim
here.
laterally,
So what is this solution that you're drinking?
Yeah, what's happening?
right in my mouth.
Okay, so
It's
I'll
still,
describe-
don't you hold, just don't squeeze it over that. Come here and spray it.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so Ben is now about to
And shores
squeeze.
have rode up to Kentucky. All right, here we go.
Okay.
It's going in.
I can't.
Oh.
It has spilled all over our floor.
Wow,
Michael
you
is
got
on
barely
our
any of that
floor.
in your mouth, Michael. Okay.
Where did it spill? Sorry, I didn't mean to spill.
It came out with force.
It did. There was a lot of.
Okay, we need to pin him down on the ground and stand over him.
We do. Okay, I'm down for that.
'Kay.
There
Well-
was a lot of like built up pressure, so I had to push kind of hard, and then it all just happened. I'm sorry, Michael. I didn't mean to.
That is salty.
Okay, well, on that note, gentlemen, congratulations to Michael for winning the game. And to our listeners.
Wrap us up,
Oh,
Jesse.
it's-
Say,
yeah,
and we're all
it's-
winners here.
Why is it spicy?
This isn't usually my job. Waiter, service.
Well, thank you so much, Jesse, for preparing those games for us. Congratulations to Michael on winning those games and
Eyes are watering.
having whatever this is.
Like a
I still don't know
crocodile.
what I've done. I may have murdered a man today, and I just don't know it. But congratulations to all of you, because we're all winners here at Noodles at Noon. Does anyone have anything else they would like to add?
Noodles podcast. Oh, sugar jar giveaway
Sugar
Sugar jar.
Send in your speak pipe
for karaoke.
Yes, for karaoke. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening. And yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Okay, let me finish that.
Oh yeah. Okay. More.
Give me a hit. How much did you drink, Noah?
I drank the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Maybe the seal has been broken a bit.
Ew.
It tastes like plastic.